Hey, I'm Braden Dyreson.
And I'm Nick Stonesifer. This is the Wraparound, where we'll be covering all the latest news in and around State College. All right, so starting off today is a fun story from the end of last week involving ordained ministry students. So in our preliminary research of this story, we found in the lead that it takes a matter of minutes to become an ordained minister. That is what we believe. What do you think about this, Braden? Let's hear your take.
Look, as a soon-to-be ordained minister myself, once I go online and take that test, I just feel the spirit in this podcast booth right now. And I think this is a really effective way to really draw attention to yourself at the wedding and get yourself included at your older brother's, wedding, of being like, well, what? You're thinking to yourself, how are people going to notice me at this wedding? And then you think, what if I can do the wedding? So.
Or do you plan to, minister any weddings your own? Any friends, family you just plan to shoddily marry?
Look, you know me, Nick. I'm a big wedding guy, huge wedding guy, big into the institution of marriage. And so I'm always on the lookout for a wedding to bless and to just bring together in holy matrimony. If anybody out there wants to renew their vows, they've got a significant someone that they just want to bind their lives to, contact the Daily Collegian, and you can get the wraparound host Nick and I to I don't know what the term is. Bless your wedding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Run your wedding. There's a term for it. What the priest does. I don't know. Do the vows
priest?
Or whatever.
Do they
priest the wedding? There we go.
Yeah,
Priest the wedding.
Exactly.
If you want Nick and I to priest your wedding,
please feel free to reach out in the comment section. But I have another question for you. What's the last thing you did at a wedding? What happened the last time you decided to bless a wedding?
Look, I may have previously exaggerated my blessing of weddings.
Oh. We can't have that.
Unfortunately, I can't be the corpse at every funeral and the bride at every wedding. So all the previous weddings I've attended, I've just been, sitting in the seats, making polite conversation, eating cake afterwards, but dancing when they put Celebration on. Mm-hmm. You got to get up for that.
Yeah.
Got to get up for YMCA. Got to get up for September.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd love to move on to the next step of wedding, to leap over being in the wedding party, to go straight to the top.
Yeah.
And that is, of course, priesting the wedding.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll be there soon, hopefully. Mm-hmm. I'll stand in the background and provide moral support for my new ordained minister, Braden Dyreson. Katie Feeney now works for the NFL. All right, some context here. I took this picture, so if Katie Feeney has any issues, please feel to reach out. So Katie Feeney is now, I believe, a social media correspondent for the Washington Commanders in their first season. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. What is there to say about this? She's very famous on TikTok.
Yeah, we all know the Washington football team is widely known for having an effective public relations plan and team and just having good marketing overall. I think the big question that comes to my mind right now is what is the, worst organization to work for, TikTok or NFL? Because she's really...
Why not both?
Yeah, that's the beauty. Just throw in, Marlboro cigarettes and an oil company, and you've got the 4 points of unethical corporations. So.
Wow, that's pretty good. Well, as much as we're going to sit here and talk all of our ill,
we're jealous.
Yeah, she probably.
If any NFL team.
Once again, we're always looking for work.
Yeah.
I know the Dolphins are in need of some kind of assistance.
We're willing to take this podcast on the road.
Yeah.
If that means the Arizona Cardinals, if that means the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. The Lions, who knows?
Yeah, we're really willing to sell ourselves to the highest bidder.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say all that, but...
in a marketing sort of way, in a marketing and public relations setting.
The student farm. So It's a farm for the students, by the students, according to the headline. And yes, it's a farm. That's all I have to say. I don't know what else there is to say. It's a lot of dirt, a lot of vegetables, and students love it, allegedly.
Man, Nick, thank you for that enlightening summary
I
what a farm is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's personally kind of messed up that they, keep students locked in these greenhouses or in the stables out back and, just raise them up like that. But,
It's questionable because, if there's a student farm and it's so close to campus, it makes you think, what is going into this food we eat at school? If they're growing these students out of the ground and, selling them at a wholesale value, what are we doing?
Well, Penn State's had issues in recent years with supplemental housing, of letting too many people into their freshman class. I think we found the source. Penn State stopped growing students.
Yeah. What's even more questionable is why are they growing all these students? They're just coming out of the ground. They're not paying tuition. They're just...
That's true.
So we don't...
I prefer my students the old-fashioned way.
Yeah,
the organic way.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get students, get it from a family-owned farm.
Yeah, not some student farm.
Not some factory student farm.
Yeah.
Go local with your students. Buy local at the farmer student market. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Be sure to be ethical in your farm practices when it comes to students. You never know what they're putting or spraying on them. That could, really, really impact your health. Well,
Katie Feeney, if you want to come on the podcast and bring your followers along, this is an open invitation.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, Katie Feeney, yes, you're very welcome to come on this podcast. We're always open to some guests. The twins invite's still out there.
We're always looking for content.
Yeah, and we'd love to talk to you. So please feel free to come on. We promise not to give your PR people a headache. And well, I'm Nick Stonesifer.
And I'm Braden Dyreson.
And this has been The Wraparound. Be sure to subscribe to all of our social media platforms and have a great day. Thank you for watching.